Okay, y'all. The two young gentlemen that brought my groceries out were just as sweet as pie. Let me adjust y'all. There you go. I'll be glad when my phone holder comes. I don't know when it is, in the day or two. Anyway, they didn't know anything about the picking the produce fee. And I said, y'all, you might better ask your supervisor about it so that when an irate customer comes in here, or people stop ordering groceries from Walmart, then you'll be prepared. So anyway, that's that. But now I'm going to tell you about my experience at Lowe's yesterday. In no way did it make me angry. Well, maybe a little bit. Not angry, but frustrated. So let me tell you what happened. I got to Lowe's, and because I never measure anything correctly, fabric, spacing, plants, anything. So they got this young man to come out. They asked me, they said, "Are you going to need a cut?" And I said, "Yes, please, just one." And so they called this young man up, and I said, "Sweetie, it's not really busy in here." I said, "Could you possibly go out and check my measurement that I took?" Okay. So we went out there. He did not. I explained to him that I needed to cut a piece, from the very back of the van up vertically 2 feet and 10 inches. Well, he's trying to measure horizontally. I said, "No, sweetie, I think, do your measuring tape like this. This is how I want the cut to be made. Across the back, but I have to have it a certain, width that I'm going to cut off." So we got that done. That should have been a real clue to me, y'all. I mean, really. But anyway, we got my wood, and he pushed it down there to the big, saw. He was trying to put my 4x8 maple plywood on the saw vertically. I said, "No, sweetie," I said, "I think you need to lay it down like this, so it'll be like this." And he said, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Well, hello. Another huge flag. Another one. And, but I just I knew, I probably couldn't run the saw, but I've had enough lumber cut like that I know how they do it. And it wasn't long ago, Sheila and I went to Lowe's. She was making a bed and a bed frame, and she needed, I think, 3 cuts. And this older gentleman, he just whoop, 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 got her done. And so anyway, he started measuring. And So we had the measuring tape out 2 feet and 10 inches, and I was helping him hold it up, and he was gonna put a mark that was kind of in the middle on the wood. And I said, sweetie, what's that mark for? He goes, well, I'm marking where the saw blade is. Okay. So I said, well, I think that the mark should go at the end of the tape measure, and then you scoot the wood underneath the mark on the saw where the saw blade is, and then you'll get it cut. And y'all, that poor kid. Oh, and I had to find his safety goggles for him. They were thrown over behind another piece of equipment on the floor. The rubber strap wasn't attached, and he struggled with that, and it was all I could do to keep from, saying, here, let me fix it. I felt so bad for that young man. And during our kind of conversation we were having, he said, oh, I've been working with wood for years. I'm like, okay. So we got his safety goggles on, and he cut my piece of wood. Well, it was all, Jerry has a word for it, and I can't remember, but my wood was all splintered on one of the edges. Well, I've never had that happen before. So I said, yeah, my basket of groceries. Oh no, it's a bottle of vinegar. That was a thing my mother did. When the light would turn yellow, she would put on her brakes. I don't know. Should you put on your brakes or should you speed up? I don't know. But anyway, so I said, oh wow, it looks like y'all's saw needs to be sharpened. Well, he didn't say anything. He probably didn't even think there was anything wrong with having all those splinters along that edge. So then he puts the 2 foot 10 inch piece up on the, the dolly thing, and he gets my other piece, the larger piece, and he's walking over to where the scrap lumber is. By then, I was kind of in shock. And I said, sweetie, I bought the whole piece. So, I get both pieces. Oh. So he takes it over and he gets both pieces on the cart. And we go up to the counter. Now, y'all, I was tempted, I have to say, to let him go and then get a supervisor and get a new piece of wood cut because of the splinters, and I'll show that to y'all. I don't know why I let him keep going, except I was worried that me giving him instruction was going to hurt his feelings. I didn't want to say, you know what, hon, you don't know what the heck you're doing. Let's go get somebody else. I couldn't do that. young people, I'm always worried about their self-esteem. Now, not if you meet some young teenager and they just are, what the heck? They have my turn lane. They are never going to get finished working on this part of the road. But anyway, so I went up and I thought, if I move the boards or flip them or something, I can get two unsplintered pieces together where I want the hinges. So a different that little Volkswagen has pink eyelashes. Oh, maybe I should do that. Oh, wow. That's so cute. But talk about making yourself stand out. If you don't really want to be noticeable camping anywhere in town. So, while I would love to do it, I don't think I will. But, so anyway, I thought, well, whatever. So another young man came, and I'm so picky, y'all, and I know that I shouldn't be that way, but I can't help it. On the maple plywood, or hardwood as they call it, both sides are kind of smooth, but they have different patterns on the front and the back. And so the part that was on the bottom was the part that I wanted to have flipped up, that you see. So anyway, I was just really exhausted from being difficult. So this older man came out and he helped the young man load it. Oh, that was another thing. I had to help this young boy pick this paneling up and position it, and bless his heart. But anyway, when I got checked out, I got my wood loaded. I got a lot of scrap pieces to put under there and level the floor. And if you watch Winter's video, you'll see how she was doing it. And I thought, you know what, I can't let this go. And so I found a supervisor, and I told her, what had happened with my piece of lumber. And go ahead, Bus, I'll wait for you. So I just explained to her step by step, what happened. And I said, I am in no way looking to get him in trouble, chastised, sat down and have a talk to. I said, the error here is with his direct supervisor. He should know this young man's capabilities and put him accordingly. She said, oh, yeah. And she even knew the kid's name. So they weren't totally unaware of, that I just determined that I don't know what the politically correct thing is, but I just was thinking, I need one of them tennis balls. Anyway, he was a little slow. And you see people, especially young people, at my Walmart, there were a couple of young people. One of them wasn't real, with it. I'll say. And one of them had a pretty pronounced physical disability. And the way I feel about that is awesome. Everybody should be able to work if they are capable. Everybody. They should not be denied because they have a speech impediment, or because maybe they have a leg that has a problem, or, I mean, I've seen, kids with Down syndrome. I mean, all kinds of disabilities. It did not used to be that way, but it is now, and I am so thankful, even though everybody discriminated against me because of my age. I look good. So anyway, y'all, that was my experience. And I reiterated to the supervisor, she was a young girl too, and I said, I will be very upset if I were to find out that this young man gets in trouble. She said, no, he won't get in trouble. I said, now, I'm not telling anybody how to do their job, but I would get his supervisor to take him over there and cut a piece of wood with measurements. I said I had to make him wear his eye protection. So, long story short, she gave me a 15% discount on my wood. She asked me if I would like to have it recut. That's $72 a sheet, y'all. No, I did not. I can seal that up. I can sand it a little bit down this way and, seal it with shellac or something. There's a way to do it. It's not that big a deal. Now, I'm going to close with this. Instead of 2 feet and 10 inches, it was supposed to be 2 feet. Y'all, when I told Jerry how much I had cut off, he goes, you should have let me go with you. I said, I asked you to go. So anyway, that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. That can be, adjusted for. But anyway, y'all, I can't do this stuff without help. I don't know how I did that. I don't. I know from the back of the van up to where my third row seat breaks so that it folds down into the floor. I don't know how I did that, y'all. Are y'all worried about me? I'm a little worried about me. But don't worry about me, because if I really thought that there was something wrong with me, I would get that checked out. I definitely would. So if y'all think I've got early onset dementia or something, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I've never been able to do math. It's horrible. Thank you, Mr. Daniels, for passing me in high school math. Anyway, y'all, love you. Do as I say, and I'll talk to you again. I have something else I want to talk to you about. Bye, y'all.